What up guys, we're finally back at work. But as you can see, there's nobody here. So anyways, what's happening now is the schools are still closed for another week, but our company has introduced online learning. That's why I have my iPad here. Bing. And we're just teaching, like sitting in the chair, kind of like doing like this Skype kind of thing with the students while they're at home. So able to make some money, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're actually able to go to work, which is sweet because a lot of other people aren't able to go to work. So yeah, it's going pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied overall with everything, which is pretty sweet. Like I said, again, there's a lot of teachers out of work and a lot of people saying if they keep closing schools any more than they already have for these past 4 weeks, basically they're gonna have to go back home. So I don't have to do that, I can stay. Also, Huong and me started our paperwork to get her to go to America now that we got our marriage certificate, which by the way, I haven't made a video yet about marriage because of coronavirus, but it is in the works. I'm just waiting for the right time to release it. So yeah, anyways, catch you in a minute. So I wanted to make a quick note for you guys, something I'm really impressed about. I'm just seeing on the news, like they're planning that America might end up having a spread of coronavirus. There's already, as the time of this recording, there's already a bunch of people in Italy infected. So people are panicking about that. And China's getting worse, and they're starting to ban flights from Korea because it's been getting worse in Korea. And just serious, like, I can't clap because I'm holding the camera, but a serious applaud to Vietnam. They've done a great job by quarantining people who they think are sick and waiting it out. And as of now, nobody has died in Vietnam, knock on wood. But everybody's recovered. People have been able to go home and so on and so forth. So it's going really well. They're worried now because there's been a couple of people trying to break quarantine, some of the Korean tourists. But I'm not too worried. And like I said, I'm just really impressed. And it's one of the few benefits I've seen, I guess, with this kind of government where like there's a single party, there's no negotiations, there's no voting, there's nothing like that. Like once it breaks out, like they're good to go, you know? And you can see a lot of the people coming from like more democratic countries are actually really upset because like, you can't stop me from doing this. And they're like, actually, we can. Welcome to communism, bruh. And it's been working really well for Vietnam. So keep it up, guys, because pretty soon if the world keeps getting worse, people are gonna want to like cross the border illegally, like go to Vietnam where it's safe, because they're just handling the situation so well. So I am super impressed. Good job, Vietnam. I guess, is there anything else to say to you guys? I don't think so. I just really wanted to make a video to tell you like that we're back to work and that Vietnam's doing an awesome job with the coronavirus. And that we've started the paperwork, which is really, really complex and there's a lot of stuff to do, but we'll make a separate video about that, or maybe we'll talk about it when we get home tonight. Hey, maybe we should talk about it when we get home tonight. How about that? Yeah, I'll see you at home. All right, we're back home. I'm showered. I love the power of editing, how instant that was, because in reality, it wasn't. Oh, and look who else is here.
Hey guys! Oh my god. I'm back. What do you want to ask me?
No, we're talking just about the paperwork first before we talk about the coronavirus.
So we are starting file the paperwork for me to go to America, and it's hard though. So many like paperwork need to be done. So here is the Marko ditch.
I made
make a list.
This is a dummy down version. We'll actually make like a proper version once we get it through, but basically you fill out one form, then you fill out another form, then you wait for approval, then you pay a massive fee. But when you do the first form, she needs to fill out another form because as my spouse, she fills out another form. While we're doing this form, you need to supply a boatload of paperwork that we've been gathering, including like marriage certificates and stuff, but because they're Vietnamese, they need to be translated into English, so we need to pay for that. Then on top of her birth certificate needs to be translated into English. Okay, we also need to prove our marriage, so I'm actually gonna point, this will be funny, but I'm gonna point the American government towards my YouTube channel and be like, oh, just watch my videos because they're time-stamped, and hopefully that'll help prove the validity of our relationship, along with, of course, like plane tickets and stuff. So we were reading online that you need to prove stuff like that because we're too poor to have joint property. And it's very difficult for a foreigner to get a bank account with a Vietnamese girl. So best thing we can do, government, is show you our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah.
Once we do that, we need to wait about a year after we pay $500, then fill out another form. Then my parents fill out another form proving that they can take care of us in case I can't take care of us. Then we complete an online application after we do the physical application, which there's another online form, and in that form we need to provide the same documents we already provided one more time basically, along with translations and blah blah blah. Then once that's done, we need to wait a few more months, and then they're gonna call us to go to the embassy to do an interview. But before you do the interview, you need to do a medical check by a licensed doctor from America. So we need to do that. She doesn't have an immunization record, which means the doctors don't know what diseases she's vulnerable to or protected against. So she'll probably need to get like a dozen shots. We're gonna have to pay like $200 for. And then you have an interview where basically they prove like that it's bona fide, which means real marriage, and that she's going to America for like to better her life, not just as like a scam to get the green card.
Yeah.
And then your visa gets approved. Once that gets approved, she'll go to America. And once she gets to America, she pays one last fee, and then she'll actually get a green card sent in the mail, which is the residency card for immigrants in America. After that, we wait 3 years in America, which hopefully you'll still be watching this channel. And after 3 years, she can apply for citizenship and then become an American citizen. So yeah, they make you go through many steps. I think that's because so many people want to become Americans. And they make it expensive, time consuming, and like detail written all over the place. There's so many details you need to prove, like everything. And even asking about her family and like everything. And I think that's just for them to be able to know that like this is legitimate.
So it depends. So normally it take like I think the shortest time 10 months to go to the interview, and then wait for to getting the visa. So yeah, I mean like it's about on average like a year for finish all the paperwork for me to go to America.
Yeah, so it'll be a while. So keep watching this channel if you're curious. I mean, it's a process, it's expensive, but it's got to be done. You know, we got to get her the American citizenship and get her a chance to go to America. As much as I like Vietnam, it's not fair for me to stay here and take her, like not give her the opportunity to come to the States. So yeah, hopefully we'll be in America within another year or so, but we'll see. Whatever, we'll find a take that time.
So second things, the situation of the coronavirus in Vietnam. So now there's no like new cases updated.
Even with the Koreans who have been here?
Yeah. Even.
Okay.
So like for like all the people come back from Korea, they have to be like stay in the quarantine area for 2 weeks. So all of them.
Oh. Okay. So it's looking pretty good still.
But the government still like doing meeting to decide if they want like let the student keep staying at home for like more than 2 weeks or like at the end of March or not. So tomorrow, like 28th of February, they will like make the decision about that.
Okay. So yeah, we're waiting to see. We are prepped. My company sent out an email that we will be going back to work next week, regardless of whether it's teaching online entirely or in-person stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are pissed off that Vietnam's closing the schools. I know my manager is really mad because she's like, well, they're not doing it in Korea and stuff. And I was like, yes, and that's exactly why there's an outbreak.
Yeah.
Because children are one of the best ways to spread diseases because they are really nasty. Not you teenagers that actually watch, but like, I mean like little kids, they're really gross and they're
Like
really easy to get sick.
Small kids, they don't know
spread
how
the
to
disease.
protect themselves and others people. That's why like with it playing and like easy to them to get infection. So.
Yeah. So what they're doing, I think, is smart, but it's definitely costing. Like it is costing a lot. Like I'm lucky, I've only lost a little bit, but like, yeah, I don't know how the heck my company's even staying afloat, but
there's
somehow
not
they're
like
pulling.
small companies probably go bankrupt after this virus.
Yeah.
Because like they just like shut up.
Yeah, and like even the people who are like depend on school children buying snacks outside of school, they're having trouble and like all kinds of stuff. But it's one of those things where you got to decide like the health of the whole country versus like a few people, and I think Vietnam's made that decision to be like they sacrificed a few to protect the many, and I think that's a hard choice they've made, but I guess it's also pretty simple when you just look at the numbers. So Vietnam's still doing well, so keep it up, Vietnam. High five. There we go. It's actually good. I'm super impressed. You know, like the West is slowly falling. Romania I've seen has one, and now Romania is going crazy. Italy has 200 infections and they're going crazy.
This team could not find like the zero
patient zero.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like
they don't know like what caused like their like
you know, like somebody was joking. They're like, oh, like it's like the Black Plague again, because the Black Death came in the 1300s from Asia to Italy and started spreading. So now it's happening again in Europe. If you're in Europe, be safe. America's got 35 cases in California, I was reading. So America's bracing for an impact as well. Guys, if you're in the West, I know it feels stupid, and I know my mom's coworkers are really mad about it, and they said, only Asians wear masks. Please wear a fucking mask. It's gonna save a lot of headache and potentially your life. Wear the mask. It's uncomfortable. You make it work. Just wear a mask. It's gonna do...
That protects Vietnam.
Yeah, like 99% of stuff you can avoid if you just wear a mask, and clean your hands before you touch your face, okay? Just learn to not touch your face and wear a mask, and I'm pretty sure you'll be fine, even if you're around somebody who's sick.
Store bunch of them though, because like the price won't go crazy.
Yeah, and 95 masks. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Like very like good like quality to protect from that stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks, honey, for showing up in the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, by the way, you know what to do.
Like, comment below, and subscribe.
See you later.
I'm getting better though.